ஹலோ காய்ஸ், எல்லாரும் எப்படி இருக்கீங்க? இப்போ நம்ம எங்கே இருக்கோம்னா ஜுனாகட் ஃபோர்ட்டில் இருக்கோங்க. இது எங்கே இருக்குன்னா பிகானீர், ராஜஸ்தானில் இருக்குதுங்க. நீங்கள் பிகானீர் வந்தீங்கன்னா இது முக்கியமாக பார்க்க வேண்டிய ஒரு ஃபோர்ட்டுங்க. வாங்க இப்போ போய் பார்க்கலாம். இந்த வீடியோ கம்ப்ளீட்டாகவே தமிழ் அண்ட் இங்கிலீஷ் மிக்ஸ் பண்ணியிருக்க போதுங்க. இதுதாங்க ஜுனாகட் ஃபோர்ட்டோட என்ட்ரன்ஸ். ஃபோர்ட் ஓப்பனிங் டைம் மார்னிங் 10 AM to 4:30 PM. இந்த ஃபோர்ட் பிகானீர்லேருந்து ஆல்மோஸ்ட் ஒரு 4 கிலோமீட்டர் டிஸ்டன்ஸில் தாங்க இருக்குது. நம்ம இங்கே ஆட்டோவில் வர்றதுக்கு ஆல்மோஸ்ட் ஒரு 40 to 50 rupees சார்ஜ் பண்ணுறாங்கங்க. இந்த ஃபோர்ட்டுக்கு போகிறதுக்கு என்ட்ரன்ஸ் ஆல்மோஸ்ட் 100 rupees சார்ஜ் பண்ணுறாங்க. கேமரா வீடியோஸ் எடுக்கணுன்னா 200 rupees கொடுக்கணுங்க. இதுக்குள்ளே தாங்க நம்மளோட லக்கேஜ் எல்லாம் வச்சுருக்கோம். ஆனால் அதுக்கு அவங்க எந்த கேஷுமே வாங்கலை. ஓகே, இப்போ நம்ம இந்த ஃபோர்ட்டை பற்றி ப்ரீஃபாக பார்க்கலாம். இந்த வீடியோ ஸ்கிப் பண்ணாதீங்க. கம்ப்ளீட்டாக இந்த ஃபோர்ட்டை பற்றி நான் உங்களுக்கு எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ண சொல்கிறேன்.
Most welcome in Bikaner city. My name is Mahavir Singh. Bikaner city is very old city in Rajasthan, like Jaisalmer, like Jodhpur, like Udaipur. Bikaner city foundation by the Rao Bika in 1488 AD. His name is Bika and that's why his name of the city is Bikaner. Rajasthan mostly cities name of the founder, like Jai Singh is Jaipur, Jodha is Jodhpur, same like Bika is Bikaner. Bikaner city is very old but is very big city. We have approximately 1 million population in Bikaner city and is Bikaner mostly part of the Thar desert. That one is the 17th largest desert in the world but biggest living desert in the world. Then is our economy depend on the monsoon, depend on the rain. Whenever is good raining season like good monsoon, we do very good cropping like millet, sesame seeds and lentils. Some part we have the source of the water like from groundwater, even is water canal. Then we grow very well peanut, mustard seed, wheat and chickpeas. What we have the industry in Bikaner city, Bikaner is the biggest woolen market in Asia. We produce the wool from sheep, from the goats, even is from the camel. Second main industry in Bikaner city, that one is food industry, is very known as a Bhujia city. Everywhere you can get the Haldiram and Bikaji product. That same things we have is number of the production in Bikaner city. We have a local brand name is called Hadmanji, Besanlal, Babulal, Girdari Lal. Those are more famous for those Bhujia products. And what else? In Bikaner city we have so many monuments. One of the best attraction of the city, that one is called Junagarh. We are standing at the Junagarh fort. Juna, that means old, and Garh, that means the fort. It is started by the 6th king Raja Rai Singh in 16th century 1589 AD and it is finished by the 21st Maharaja Ganga Singh in 1937. They took almost 350 years to complete this building and this is especially built on the ground level. That means the speciality of the Junagadh fort. Mostly Rajasthan fort and palaces they are on the mountain, but this is the fort on the ground level. Then is around the fort we have the 1 kilometer wall and around the wall we have the big moat for the water and for the crocodile. But nowadays no water, no crocodile, but still we have the moat. In the moat we have some trees and might be wild animal. And best thing of this fort is still private property of the royal family, it's not a government. Till 1902 royal family they used to live here and then they built new palace, that one is called Lalgarh. From here is 2 kilometers. They shifted in Lalgarh Palace in 1902. Still Bikaner royal family they are living over there. This property they made public charitable trust in 1963 and open for the visitors. What we paid for the entrance, money goes for the trust and trust they use for the maintenance of the fort. Salary for the employees, then big amount goes to charity like hospital, scholarship, even is any flood problem, earthquake problem, they try to help for the poor people. Then this is one of the best preserved fort in Rajasthan we have because maintained by the private trust. Beautiful ramp we can see. It's especially they use for the horses. In that time Maharaja they came through the horses, then horses could not sleep on the ramp. That's why they use this especially for the horses. That's why you can see those steps. Those are especially control the horses. And then you can see between those steps they have the way. That means for the water. Water come out from the way. And this is especially for the horses they use this ramp. In this fort we have the 3 main courtyards. This is the first courtyard of the fort, is called temple courtyard. There is 2 Hindu temple. One is there and second we can see that one is. Those temple are still is private temple of the royal family. We cannot visit. It's open every day like morning and evening. Brahmin people, they come here, they pray to the gods and goddess. But those are the private temple of the royal family. One temple is called 33 crore god and goddess temple. Second is called Har Mandir. That one is belongs to God Vishnu and Lakshmi. But those still is private property of the royal family. We cannot visit. Then now we are in the second number courtyard of the fort. Is called Holi Courtyard. Holi is our festival of the mother of water. In that time, royal family when they lived in the celebration of the Holi festival in this courtyard, that's what is called Holi Courtyard. King was sitting middle of the water tank, and people were standing around the tank, and they used to throw water and color on Maharaja. Maharaja also throw color on the people, and they played the Holi festival. But in that time, especially women's, they had the system of the veil, and that's why they use especially balconies and roof. They were standing over there, they used special water guns on the people and on the Maharaja, and they play the Holi festival. Then this is the particular they use for the Holi festival celebration. That's what is called Holi Chowk, that means Holi Courtyard. Especially in this second number courtyard, we can see is the bottom and top part. That one is especially look like marble, but that one is not marble, that one is a stucco. Especially is called putti. That one is renovated 8 years before. Look like new because it's renovated. Still you can see the painting work is going on, still is not finished. You can see the border painting. And Bikaner 21st Maharaja Ganga Singh, he was the most popular king of India because he was very well educated, he was very diplomatic, and he did a lot of work for the Bikaner city. He bring the Bikaner railway for the Bikaner city for 1891 AD. We can see the first painting over there on the building. You can see the first painting of the train. And second is called water canal. That one is Gang Canal from Punjab to Rajasthan in 1927. That one is the second painting. Third painting is that one is the electricity for Bikaner in 1914. Those are three things done by the Bikaner royal family. It's called Ganga Singh. He was the most popular king of India. Okay, it's a beautiful mahal. It's called Karan Mahal. It's built by the Maharaja Karan Singh in 17th century, 1631. And it was they used as a coronation hall, and also they used as a public audience hall. Look at that, it's beautiful throne of the Bikaner royal family. It's made out from silver, solid silver they use. And top of the throne, look at that fan. It's made out from wood and cloth. It was to rope connected. Servant was sitting behind and they pull the rope. It's called Pankhewala. Then it's manually fan. You can see that is the very big fan hang on the ceiling. You can see the red color. It's made out from cloth and wood. And then look at that beautiful ceiling is painted by the local artists. They use vegetable color, they use pigment color, and they use gold leaf. It's never been redone. It's typically original painting. And look at that, such a beautiful carpet. Those carpet is the local handicraft. You can see the made out from velvet silk and beautiful embroidery work. That one is called Gota and Patti. It's a very famous for the Bikaner city for the tie and dye. It's called Bandhani. And second we can see that one is called Gota and Patti. It's very famous work from Bikaner city. Have a look here. It's solid silver door. Its weight is 65 kilo. Before the 1963, it was here for the main entrance. You can see the design of the door. You can see it's like a cloud design. That one is typically it was door here, but when this fort opened for the public, they put on the wall. Reason for security. They use solid silver door. Weight is 65 kilos. And beautiful mosaic. You can see these are mosaic from Italy. It's very famous island of the Italy. It's called Sicily. These are Sicilian tiles. Maharaja Ganga Singh they brought from Italy in 1910. Then approximately 111 years old these are tiles. And we are standing in the third number courtyard. It's called Anup Mahal courtyard. King was sitting in that Anup Mahal. And this is the typically for ceremonial programs. Like for dance, music, every day is evening culture programs happening here. And but Maharanis from the balcony. They used so many balconies because before the independent Maharaja they had so many wives, so many concubines could not fight each other. That's why they used so many windows. They keep separate window for the separate wives. And top of the net you can see that one is 100 years old against the pigeon, against the birds. It's done by the Maharaja Ganga Singh. It's a beautiful mahal. It's called Phool Mahal. Phool name of the queen and mahal that means the palace. It was the used as a bedroom of the queen, but nowadays it's still private property of the royal family. You have to pay extra, pay 100 rupees and you can visit this room, and even you can see from the outside. Outside when we can see is beautiful painting on the wall. These are painting totally renovated, retouched 8 years before. And door is recently before the COVID. You can see the painting of the God Krishna and Radha. But still you can see here ceiling and ceiling border painting. That is original about the Hindus epic story like Ramayana and Mahabharata story painting. And these are original painting, rest of painting are renovated. Look at that, this beautiful painting of the Mehrangarh fort. It's from Jodhpur. Bikaner and Jodhpur is one family. Rao Jodha, he was the founder of Jodhpur city. His second son Bika, he was the founder of Bikaner city. When he came from Jodhpur, he bring those things. You can see the initial cauldron they use for the cooking food is made up from brass. Then you can see the beautiful drum they use for the music. It's called Rao Sundarji ka drum. You can see it's a beautiful drum they use for the music. And typically ivory sabot they use in the temple, and it's used by the Maharaja Gaj Singh. Nowadays ivory is illegal. We have the substitute of ivory is camel bone. Very typically product those are look like ivory. Then we have the substitute of ivory in Bikaner city is camel bone product. Have a look, it's a very heavy sword. Its weight of the sword is 27 kilo and it's used by the Maharaja Padam Singh. And it was especially they using for the practice, and then you can see the second sword especially they using for the fighting. And you can see the picture of Maharaja Padam Singh. He used to battle with the brother-in-law Aurangzeb in Aurangabad and he killed him. And then you see the two more swords. Those are not very heavy, but these are beautiful, decorated with the gold and rubies work. These are especially for ceremonial weapons. Like you can see the two swords, one daggers, and typically those songs they use for the music, and typically ring they use as a gold seal of the royal family for stamp. And one is very small glass that is especially they use for the decoration of the turban. It's called sirpage. And two very old shield. One is here and one that corner. These are made out from rhinoceros skin. Very hard skin, very tough skin. Then these are especially made out from rhinoceros skin. It is one of the most beautiful part of the fort. Is called Anup Mahal. It's built by the Maharaja Anup Singh in 17th century, 1669, and it was the use as a private audience hall. Is called Diwane Khas. And look at that, such a beautiful work on the wall, on the ceiling. And these are work is done by the local artists. They use gold leaf and approximately 80 kilogram gold used in this work at that time. And they use so many mirror in the wall, so many mirror in the ceiling. Because at that time is no electricity. They use especially oil lamps. Even they use some is liquid butter oils. And they use especially for reflection of the lighting. That's why they use so many glass for the reflection and for the more lighting. And such a beautiful those carpet. These carpet made by the jail prisoners in the jail. Approximately 120 years old carpet made by the jail prisoners in the jail. And then look at that, such a beautiful door. It's made out from walnut wood from Kashmir. It's typically walnut wood is from Kashmir. You can see this is without electricity air cooler. It's cooling system. It is water tank, they fill the water. When they open this regulator, water come out from this lining. When water dropping on the floor, two people sitting one that side, and they pull the fan. They use especially manually fan is made of from wood and cloth, and they hang with the rings. You can see those rings. Those are especially for the fan. And this is the typically without electricity air cooling system. When water dropping from here is water sound like natural rain is going on. Then Maharaja was really feeling right now raining in Bikaner city, and water goes out from this drainage system. It goes out. You can see the beautiful drainage system also for the water. And this is without electricity air cooler. In Rajasthan, in India, every fort and palaces we can see the stair is very narrow and very small. Reason for security. Like if enemies attack on the fort, enemies could not attack together, just could step by like one by one, and top of the soldier waiting for the enemies. When they reach, they cut the head. That's why they use very small and very narrow, reason for security. Like for at a time, only one person they can go up. That is beautiful garden. Still is private garden of the royal family. We can just have a look from here, but we cannot visit because it still is private property of the royal family. And right side of the garden you can see the beautiful Hindu temple. It's God Shiva. You can see the middle of the water tank, they have the Shiv Lingam. And behind the temple, big stable for the horses. In that time they use for the horses. And front of the horses stable there is very small square yard that is especially for elephant. It is stable for the elephant. And then you see the next building, they have the one red flag in the building. That means they use as a ammunition in that time, especially for the gun powders, and they make the gun pallets. And then you see the next building, they have a double story. You can see some grass on the building. That means especially they use printing press like is newspaper and letters. That means ending of the 19th century is beginning of the 20th century. End of the tree you can see the very small building. They have so many stairs, and that building they use as a royal jail for the royal prisoners, not for the public jail. There's especially royal prisoners, like is anybody from the family member became enemies, they put on the jail. And this is the wall around the fort. We have the 1 kilometer wall, and in the wall we have 37 pavilions. Those are especially used as a watchtower. And it's called Gaz Mandar. It's built by the Maharaja Gaz Singh in 18th century, 1745. In this you can see the beautiful swing. It's made out from sandalwood, and it is specially used for the god Krishna. When is Janmashtami, they used to royal family, they put on the statue, and Maharani they put in the swing. It's called Happy Birthday Lord Krishna. Krishna, they had so many gopis. Then we can see some gopis in the swing. And these are gopis, single wire connected of the technical and mechanism. When swing was swinging, all puppets, all gopis would dance up and down, up and down. They used to dance. It's a beautiful king bedroom. We can see the 3 windows. These are connected with the Maharani bedroom. We already seen that Maharani bedroom, it is for the king bedroom. Bed is very small and very low. Reason for security. Like anybody, they can't hide under the bed. That's why bed is very low and very small, because sometimes they use as a swinging bed. You can see the 4 rings on the ceiling and 4 rings to the bed. They used to attach with the rope with the bed, and when bed was lifted, they used as a swinging bed. That's why they use very small and very low bed for security and for entertainment. And it's called Sheesh Mahal because it's all work on the mirror. You can see this is typically mirror work. On the mirror you can see the beautiful plaster work. They cut the plaster and make the beautiful flower paintings, and they use gold leaf. They paint on this stucco, you can see. And then you see the beautiful balcony. Balcony especially they use for the ventilations. And then you see the beautiful colorful glasses. These are from Belgium. Especially Maharaja they brought from Belgium, from the European countries, and beautiful work on the door. These are work is done by the local artists, but especially is work of the ivory. Is elephant tusk. You can see the beautiful ivory work on the door. It's a beautiful against another balcony. It's called Dungar Niwas. It's built by the Maharaja Dungar Singh in 19th century, 1887. You can see the against beautiful fresco painting on the wall and beautiful wooden ceiling. You can see they use teak wood. Every room they use to fall ceiling, especially for the winter and for summer. It's keep warm in the winter and keep cool in the summer. Because it's a false ceiling, they use insulated system. And look at that beautiful painting of the Maharaja. His name is Dungar Singh. He built this park in 1887, I told you. And they use so many mirrors in the wall. Those are especially for lighting system. They put on the oil lamp. When reflected glass to glass and more lighting, that's why they use so many glass before the 20th century. And then you see the beautiful photo. That one is the painting of Maharaja Dungar Singh. And then you see his beautiful photo of Bikaner Maharaja Dungar Singh. His father name is Lal Singh. We can see the painting of the Lal Singh. And memory of his father, he built a new palace that is called Lalgarh Palace in 1902. It's still Bikaner royal family, they are living over there. It's look like photo, but it's totally handmade painting. Bikaner Maharaja Ganga Singh, he was very modern and he do the modernized work for the Bikaner city. Then one of thing you can see the first lift in Rajasthan from England, they brought from London. In 1914 when electricity came in Bikaner city and he built this elevator for this Junagarh fort. It's the first lift in Rajasthan. Then you see the beautiful carving on the stones is called Jali and these are especially for women. Because in that time Maharanis they had the wheel system and in the downside there is a room they use as a public audience hall. Whenever is public audience hall is going on there, then Maharani especially they use those jalis for the watching, like is what is going on. But nowadays we will be go there, we will be see there is mostly they have the some palanquin and they have the one is aeroplane. But in that time especially they use for the women. And then you see the second number jalis, those are especially for against for women, but this is for the outside of the fort. You can see from here is what is going on the ground side, what they are there, what they are doing. Then these are especially jali what they use. From the downside people they could not see the women. Women could see but people could not. That's why they use especially stone carving work is called jali. Here we can see the some congratulation letters from public to Maharaja. Bikaner 23rd Maharaja Dr. Karni Singh. He was member of the parliament from 1952 to 1977. He won the 5-term election from Bikaner city is independent. And also he played the 5-term Olympic game in the rifle shooting. And also his wife is alive, she is chairman of the district, is called Rajmata. Then these are especially congratulation letters from public to Maharaja. Okay, this is called Diwane Khas, even is called Ganga Niwas, is built by the Maharaja Ganga Singh in 20th century. 1923 they started and 1937 they finished. They took 14 years to complete this room. And they took 3 kind of the carving. You can see first they use marble, second they use red sandstone and beautiful carving on that, and then you see beautiful wooden ceiling. They use teak wood, and on the ceiling you can see that those chandeliers, those are from Murano, from Venice. It's very famous from Italy. Beautiful Murano glasses, and then you see the beautiful throne there. That one is made out from sandalwood. It's 1212 AD from Kannauj to Jodhpur, Jodhpur to Bikaner. You can see the print here is 1212 AD. It's more than 810 years old throne made out from sandalwood. And there is very heavy armor, weight is 56 kilo. They use especially for the battles. Whenever Maharaja Singh went to battles, they wear that you see the so many collection of the weapons. You can see the daggers, even you can see those masses, especially they use for the broken the helmets. They have a beautiful collection of these masses. They attack on the head. And then you see the heavy armor. Weight is 56 kilo. And even you can see the special back scratch. When they wearing this dress, they use especially back scratch. It's made out from brass. It is office of the Bikaner Maharaja Ganga Singh. We can see the painting of the Maharaja Ganga Singh. He was in the British Army during the First World War, and that's why you can see those uniforms what they used in the British Army during the First World War. Furniture they brought from London. You can see the beautiful sofa, beautiful dining table, and its beautiful minibar. These are brought from London in 1930. Approximately 90 years old. These are furniture. Then it's a beautiful Diwane Arm. Its public audience hall is built by the Maharaja Ganga Singh in 20th century. And then you see there is displayed so many things. You can see aeroplane is called DH-90 Havilland, used by the British government in the First World War. 1,000 camel and 2,000 soldiers they went in Egypt and they support the British government in the World War. That's why after the First World War they gifted this aeroplane to Bikaner Maharaja. They took in pieces and part was reassembled here as a souvenir trophy. Never used in India, never flew in India. Then you see there is some displayed like a horse carriage is typically English. Is used by the English people, but later on is used by the Bikaner royal family. You can see the logo of the Bikaner royal family, two tiger and eagle. Is especially used by the Maharaja Ganga Singh.
Guys, நம்ம வீடியோட லாஸ்ட் வந்தாச்சு இப்போது. இந்த வீடியோ கண்டிப்பாக உங்களுக்கு யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருந்திருக்கும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். இந்த வீடியோ பிடிச்சிருந்தால் லைக் பண்ணுங்கள், ஷேர் பண்ணுங்கள், சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்கள். தேங்க்யூ guys. See you next video. Bye bye.